Hey, this is Rush. So let's talk about influencer marketing. So once you have your store created and your winning product added to your store, it's time to bring potential customers to your store so we can start making sales. Now, there are many different types of promotion. Let's talk about a few of them. There's free and paid sources of traffic. So for really tight budgets, you can go with free traffic options. Some things like creating a Pinterest account, pinning and following appropriate boards based on the products you're selling, creating a Facebook page, or if you already have a Facebook page, promoting on the Facebook page for your friends, especially if you have a large network. You can, have a lot of friends, you have a large network. You can promote on your Facebook page, putting up posts about your product there. Of course, there's always Facebook groups, Facebook interest groups. You can go in there and find groups that are targeting or that are interested in the same kind of stuff that you're promoting, especially if you have a niche store. This works really well. Find groups that are interested in what you're promoting and connecting with members there to promote your product. Another option is building, an email list by capturing people arriving to your website organically from Google for people searching on Google and stuff like that. And we showed the little newsletter area at the bottom of our website that we have right now, or at the bottom of our store. When people arrive organically from Google and other search engines, they join your email list, and then you can create campaigns and then send them out the products that you're promoting using free to start email websites like MailChimp or Constant Contact. There's a few other options. Now, it is a very slow process. Don't get me wrong. It is a very slow process, but it can be done on very low budgets. But obviously, if you're a Sell the Trend member, you're serious about achieving success in your business, and you would want to try some paid options like influencers and as well as running ads. Now, what are influencers? What's an influencer? An influencer is basically a fancy name for people that have, popular social media pages or accounts. So let's look at some examples here. This is a very popular influencer account, for dogs. You can see they have their contact and management here. Let's look at something that's not so, 9 million followers. This will cost a lot of money to place an ad here if they will take an ad here. Let's look at something a little bit more reasonable. Another popular account, 100,080 followers for this husky account. So if you have a product, either a product for huskies, that would be perfect for this account. And as you can see here, it says email me for inquiries. This is obviously somebody that is looking for business opportunities. So these are just a couple of quick examples of some influencers. And there's obviously influencers in the dog niche. There's influencers in the fashion. There's influencers for camping. You can, and we're gonna go through different ways of finding these influencers. But what's so great about these influencers is that they are usually are niche based and have active, engaged audience that is passionate about that niche or that topic. So what is the benefit of doing Instagram or influencer marketing? First off, it's easier to get into than ads. Facebook ads are a little more complicated initially, so it's best to start with Instagram influencers. You can also find success with Twitter and Snapchat, and as well as other social platforms. Another good benefit is that you are going to be paying a fixed cost for your promotion. You pay one price and you know exactly what that price is. Facebook ads have a little bit more of a learning curve, and costs can be less predictable, and campaigns might need more money to test them properly or to scale them. You're also dealing with warm traffic. What I mean by that is that people trust pages or personalities they know. So when they see a post about your product from a page they frequent, they are much more likely to buy your product because somebody they are familiar with is recommending it. Now, another kind of side benefit of starting with Instagram influencers is that you are going to be feeding your Facebook pixel with data. Facebook pixel is something that we've discussed earlier in some earlier lessons, and we're going to discuss more with subsequent lessons. What you're doing is you're feeding your Facebook pixel with data about all the visitors that are going to be coming to your store from these Instagram or Twitter posts. You are feeding it with data that will be useful later on once we move into the Facebook ads. So starting with influencers is a great way to start. Now, where are we going to find these influencers? How are we going to find these influencers? There's a lot of free methods to find influencers that'll be appropriate to promote the product that you've picked. The two main ones we're going to talk about is either actually searching the Instagram website, or searching Google. So right there at the top here, you can see a search field. So you can let's do a hashtag search. You can put dogs. And you can see a lot of posts here about this topic here. So let's go dogs of Instagram, for example. And now you're going to be shown a lot of posts that are, relating to that hashtag. And a lot of these, you can go through them and see some options there for influencers that we can approach. Another way you can do it is you can just put dogs without the hashtag, and you'll get also now here, instead of hashtags, you're going to actually get actual pages right away. It's going to link you to actual pages, about dogs. So let's click on this one, for example. Okay, here we see another page about dogs, obviously, and this particular page has 868,000 followers. And right at the top here in this little info section, you can see an email. So this is obviously somebody who is entertaining business inquiries, or could be entertaining business inquiries. So this is how you can search for niche specific influencers on Instagram. Or if you're looking for a particular product, even if you don't have a niche picked out for your store, we're starting with a general store, you have a particular product that would fit in a particular niche. Now, it could be fashion, it could be dogs, it could be camping, it could be fishing, it could be any of those niches. So let's look at the other method of finding related pages that we can then approach. So let's go to trusted Google over here. And what you're going to do is you're going to type in site, and you're going to do Instagram, and you're going to do .com. And then you're going to put dogs. So what this is going to do, Google now is going to go and search the site Instagram.com, is going to search that site for that keyword. So right away, it comes back with a bunch of accounts here that we can then use to promote a product. You can do the same thing for, if you're going to do Twitter, you can do the same thing here. You put twitter.com, dogs. And right away, you'll also get a bunch of accounts here. We rate dogs, TTC dogs, that you can then approach in a similar method that we're going to show you here in a couple of seconds, how to approach these influencers to ask them to promote your product. Now, before we go ahead and send an email or connect people on Instagram or Twitter, we are going to talk a little bit about engagement levels. So you saw some of the influencers there that we were looking at. Some of them have 800,000 followers. Some of them have 160,000 followers. Some of them are in the millions. These are some nice numbers, and you're thinking, let me put my product in front of all these followers, and I'm going to make a lot of sales. Now, it's important not to be impressed by these follower counts, because not all accounts are created equal here. Not all these followers are really going to be useful for us. What's more important is, what are these followers doing each time a new post is added to that account? Are they sharing it? Are they clicking on it? Are they liking it? All that stuff is called engagement. And finding influencers with good engagement levels is where it's at if you want to make money from influencer marketing, which is obviously the goal here. So it's really easy to figure out this engagement level using the Sell the Trend engagement calculator. You can use it to figure out if the influencer is worth your money. Now, the amount of followers that a particular page or person has doesn't really matter unless it's super low, unless it's like 5,000. It's not going to really be worth your time to kind of put your product there. So something around the 50K level is nice, or, obviously higher. It's worth your effort to kind of, put your product, create a post on that account. Now, unless the engagement level is like super high, maybe it's only 10,000, but the engagement level is super high. They're in the, the amazing category, then it might be worth it. And again, depending on how much they're charging. Now let's look at an influencer and then put them through our engagement rating calculator and see what we can find out about whether they're worth it to us or not. This is a good tool to give you a sense of whether this particular influencer that you're looking at is, worth getting to promote one of your products or not. And you have to enter only really a couple of values here, and you'll get a rating here on the right. So you have two options here. You can do it Instagram or Twitter. Let's look at this account here. This account has 868,000 followers. And what we need to do is we need to look at, we can either examine one post, or we can look at the average. And I suggest doing the average of the post, but let's see what we can do here. So so we need to enter the number of followers, enter the number of likes, and enter the number of comments in order for us to get an accurate calculation of this influencer. So the number of comments you can see right here says 3,000, 7,000, 6,000, 6,000, 7,000. So I would say around 7,000. Around 7,000 would be a good amount for the comments. So let's go back to our calculator here. The likes. So we'll put 7,000 here. And then for the comments, I would say, just looking at these first few posts here, I would say maybe around 50 comments. And the way I'm getting that is I'm just looking at the average. So 29, 72, 39, 79, 69, 51. So you can say around 50 will be an average, maybe a bit higher. And then I did the same thing for the amount of likes here, 3,000, 7,000, 6,000, 8,000, 7,000, 6,000. So now once we put these two values in here, all we need to do is get the amount of followers. So 868,000, 868,000. And it's an Instagram account. Let's get the engagement. And right off the bat here, it tells you that this influencer rating is bad. So I would not engage this influencer to promote a post because basically what this is saying is that, for the amount of followers that they have, they're not getting the right ratio of engagement on each post that they've put. And what you can do is you can go a bit further down. Maybe some of the earlier posts are getting more engagement, and they're really the same numbers. So this is a good indication that this is this is an influencer for this niche. I would not engage. And let's do the same thing with our engagement calculator here. So we can say that this person, in terms of the likes here, 200, 140, 226, 198, 87, 137, 340. So let's say around 200 or so likes on average on a post, 200,000. And the amount of comments. So let's see here. Let's look at the last few posts. 7,000, 700, 200, 500, 1,000, 1,400. So we can say maybe around 1,000. Around 1,000 here. And let's put the number of followers here. So we said 9 million, I believe. Okay, 9 million. Okay, 9 million. So 9, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And let's click on this. Okay, so for this influencer, it says that they are okay. And again, this is somebody that if I was, promoting a dog product, I would engage. Of course, 9 million followers here. This is probably going to cost a pretty penny, considering that, their engagement level is actually, pretty good. Now, once we've located some good influencers with some good engagement ratings, we need to contact them. I would definitely keep it simple. Something like, hi, love your account. Can I get your rate for a post about one of my products? Something simple and direct. Don't write your full life story here. Keep it simple and direct, because ultimately, if they're interested in making money from posts, they will respond right away. And they usually would reply with something like, can you send me a picture of the product, something like that. Now, never pay too much. You can get some good returns on spending $25, $45 per post to start, and only start spending more money once you have more experience. Now, there's no need to blow a few $100s on a post in the beginning. There's no need to do that. Now, again, don't be swayed by the amount of followers. Use the engagement calculator. Now, for the budget conscious on Instagram, you can start with a story ad, as they're the most cost effective. If you have a higher budget, you can go for a link in the bio and a 24-hour post, since it gives you more chances for people to see your product. For Twitter, I would not buy long duration posts like 24 hours, 48 hours. there are a lot more tweets that go out during the day than an Instagram post. So your post, your tweet will get buried pretty quickly. Most of the sales will come from that initial few hours or so. So no need to spend that extra money. Go for the shortest duration they have on offer. Now, what should you post? Again, keep it simple and direct, and something similar to what other product ads you see on that account. So make sure that it fits with the content that is on that influencer's account. The key is to blend in with the rest of the other posts. So when people get to your product post, they don't immediately recognize it as an ad. So let me give you an example of what you can write in a typical post. Here's one, for this dog seat belt. Very short, straight to the point, and appeal to their sense of what they like about this particular niche. So obviously, if it's a dog page, you don't want to specifically say, buy my product, 50% off only today. You have to appeal to their sense of what they care about, and that's why the first line here would be, for a particular dog product, they are your best friend. Treat them like it. Ensure their safety with this dog seat belt, and keep it simple, share with your followers at the end. I like to actually, besides the actual link to the product, I like to add a little bit of a call to action to kind of entice people to share. And you'll find that this kind of stuff does work. Obviously, include a good picture of the product or obviously a video. So this pretty much completes this Instagram and influencer marketing lesson. In the next lesson, we're going to start talking about some Facebook ads and see what those are all about.